Dear Morocco, years ago I dreamt of moving to another country where I can live a good and decent life. But when I moved and got the life I wanted, I realized what you meant to me. You are the place where I got to see myself growing and had all the unforgettable memories of my childhood. And as I am away from you, let me tell you this. I do love you. No matter what happens to me, either now or in the future, you are always going to be my home. Yes, I know. I did put enough distance between myself and you, but now I started to see your beauty. I started to see it the way outsiders do. Well, maybe because I had become an outsider. Did you think that I hate you? Well, leaving you, leaving my family and my loved ones was very hard. I do remember the warm tears on my mother's cheeks. I do remember the way my heart was whining when I let go of the lap of my mother without looking at her eyes. And I do remember my father unable to return home after my departure. What else? I do remember being forced to let go of the hands of the woman I love. Well, parting is painful. Dear Morocco, you are the place where I get peace and a sense of security. They may say bad things about you. They may cheat or steal from you. They may go against your development. Still, you are irreplaceable. After leaving you, I'm feeling homesick. Even if I have a new home that has nicer wallpaper and a more efficient dishwasher, nothing can be compared to you. They say home is where your heart is, and I left my heart there with you. Dear Morocco, a few months ago, I went to a hospital to get vaccinated in the country where I had moved. It happened that I met the mayor of that city where I live. He welcomed me, thanked me for the trust, and greatly respected me. But I wonder, did he respect me because I am a foreigner in his country? Or because a friend of mine made a mistake and told him that I was Canadian? If the last thing was the reason, then how sad I am. For I belong only to you, and if respected, that should be only because I represent you, my dear. Dear Morocco, I'm trying to be as honest as I could, to open up to you. Therefore, pay attention to me. I was born under your sky. You were my sheltering sky. You covered and protected me, gave me hope. I ate from your fruitful fields, drank your sweet and nutrient water. You were and you will always be my favorite home. Dear Morocco, as a homeland, I do appreciate you. You are valuable, precious. I cannot but to cherish you. But as an authority, I see no good in you. Wait. Actually, that's what I was going to say before what you did for the little Ryan. But after the mountain you moved and smashed, I can see some damn light at the end of the tunnel. But that's not enough. Don't misunderstand my words. The way I love you makes me boiling mad for the sake of you. for the sake of your sustainable development, for the sake of your people, men, women, and children, for the sake of your young people, for the sake of those who pass away trying to get to the other side, for the sake of the majority who are struggling day and night to win bread for their families, for the groups of youths who are being captivated for years, who have no own business to do but to live in prisons for years. I get worried every time I realize that prisons, or as they like to call them, houses of corrections, even if they correct nothing and no one. I get worried when I realize that they are bigger and huger than our schools, well disciplined, nicer and cleaner than our hospitals. I am terribly afraid when I see you building more and more prisons than building decent schools, hospitals, and the necessary establishment in rural areas. Do you care about getting people under control by force more than by knowledge? More than by education? More than a decent chance to live a decent life? Well, pardon me if I'm being harsh. It is just that I care about you, and I want nothing but to see you better, healthier. I want nothing but to sing your national anthem and feel the warm blood through my veins and say, Allah al-Watan al-Malik with pride. Dear Morocco, other nations are not better than you are. It is just that their people, instead of doing good for the favor of oneself, they do it for the favor of the nation. In other words, a citizen doesn't work to grow and become better as an individual, but as a community. It is the sense of belonging to their nations they are granted and provided with. Dear Morocco, I cannot live, build a family, or bring my children to a home that is not mine, though it treats me nicely. But it cannot be a home for me for the rest of my life. My heart is always longing and yearning to your warmth, to your people, even if I don't like them. But I love them. They are part of me, and I do understand them. They have good and bad trees just like other people from other nations. I love them because I'm one of them. And if I were not Moroccan, I would wish to be one. Dear Morocco, I am always thinking about the time we are combined together again and forever. But until then, you know, and I know. Until then, I will keep myself attached to you from a distance. I will support you and never hesitate to defend you. My love is always going to be unconditional. Until then, I wish you will be a better place for me, for my children, for all Moroccans around the world. And until then, stay safe, stay blessed, your land of God.